how do you create trust, especially when it's two robots talking to each other? Uh, if we think about this from the payment systems perspective, we saw that Visa unveiled their intelligent commerce network, and Mastercard has Mastercard Agent Pay. And I think one thing that stood out to me on the Mastercard announcement was this notion of agent registration. Um, it's kind of KYA, know your agent to a certain extent. Is this something where we actually, trust this bot that's coming through to make this purchase, and how do we have a framework that's standardized across the ecosystem? Because if one merchant's building to this standard and this merchant's building to another
Yeah.
one, and the agents have to figure out how to talk to 1,000 different protocols on how to interact and verify trust, it's never going to work, or at least I don't think it will. So I guess, yeah, is agent registration, is that the future of
You
agentic
know,
payments?
that's a fascinating thing, I think, and one that's completely consistent with how um, card networks think about a lot of things. Where you have the business side of payments, and we famously in our payments boot camps are always talking about the chain of liability and how it connects all the stakeholders together and assigns liability and the role that the rules play and contracts play, and um, all that is there. All that is going to be there in agentic commerce, where you're going to we're going to be asking ourselves from a business point of view about who takes the liability when an agent makes a mistake, when an agent tries to buy something they weren't asked to.
Mm,
We're, you know, who's at fault? Is it you, the consumer, buying something that cannot be returned, or is it is the agent, do they have any liability for their actions? That's on the consumer side, and you can imagine something very similar on the merchant side as well.